A Word to Husbands by Ogden Nash, 1902 to 1971. To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. Okay, this is a very short poem by Ogden Nash. Ogden Nash was an American. He was born in New York, but he travelled to many different places and lived in many different places when he was a child. Finally, he settled down in Baltimore, which was his wife's city, and he lived there for the rest of his life. He went to Harvard for a year as well. Let's see, Ogden Nash is famous for his unconventional rhymes and for his slightly irreverent way of talking. His irreverent satirical ideas, who's making social comments about the times, and he's very good at using rhyme and rhythm, and he conveys his ideas, normally his complex ideas, in a very short way. So, A Word to Husbands. And this is a poem about how to maintain a successful marriage, how to keep your marriage going, how to be successful. And this I think is showing the feeling of the times, that it is the you need to be humble, and you need to let your wife take the lead role. So to keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup. So to keep your marriage full of love, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. So he's saying that when you're wrong, you admit you're wrong. I'm really sorry, I'm wrong. And when your wife's wrong, don't say anything. Be humble. Don't crow about the fact that you're right and she's wrong. So he's saying that if you want to keep your marriage strong, then these are the two things to do. When you're wrong, tell your wife you're wrong. Yeah, be honest about it. Do so without waiting. And then when you're right, you're right, don't rub your wife's nose in it. Yeah, so just be honest and be humble. Notice a loving cup is normally a cup with two handles, perhaps very often like the one that is awarded as a prize. And very often a loving cup is filled with wine, and you take a drink from it and then you pass it on, and this is something that goes round all of the people. And that's why, to keep your marriage brimming, so the loving cup needs to be full of wine, or full of something to drink, and that's why brimming, to the brim, to the edge. So to keep your marriage brimming with love, yeah, in the loving cup. The loving cup is a very nice metaphor for the marriage, for marriage itself, a loving cup. Yeah, and so this is the way to keep your marriage going, and let your wife always be right. Yeah, when you're wrong, you admit that you're wrong. When you're right, just don't crow about it. This is a good way to make a marriage last. So, A Word to Husbands by Ogden Nash.